Let me tell you, I've done 280 podcasts, and I've never done one in a couch like this. I feel so
comfortable.
No, I feel like an animal in the that's been in the forest for his whole life, and now I'm in a house.
Oh shit! Hey, I feel like that's a Disney movie. Which one is that?
That's a good one, right? Bambi, but Bambi's inside.
Oh shit, Bambi 2. Bambi Reloaded.
Bambi Reloaded. I would watch that.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, I would. I've been watching a lot of shit lately.
I think you can reboot things if it's good.
Yeah. I would like for porn to be rebooted. Like
the whole thing.
Well, certain porns, like certain classic ones with that lady fucking in Popeyes, like switch it up, put it in KFC, like
Oh, I see. Like maybe reboot the whole pizza guy thing.
Yeah, right, because now it's Uber Eats, right? Now it's like, oh, DoorDash dick. Like, oh.
You're right, DoorDash dick. Like, that could be a whole company. Like, you got Bang Bros, you could have DoorDash dick.
Yeah, DoorDash dick is, bro, because it's so much more interesting. It's like, damn, I thought I was just going to get a coffee. Now I'm getting coffee and coochie. Like, oh, man.
Coffee and coochie. That could be my show. Like, instead of Jerry Seinfeld, like getting coffee with Jerry Seinfeld. Like, yo, it's Ruse. It's coffee and coochie with Ruse. You know, it's just me. And if it's a female, guest, we could obviously.
She might still want coochie.
But if she wants a dick, we'll get a dick. Like, we'll figure it out.
You got to be honest, man. Yeah, like, you want both. We can get both.
And we accept gay people too, of course.
Of course.
If you want coochie and like if you're gay, if you're a guy and you want a dick, dude.
You gotta oblige. You gotta oblige.
It actually adds to the show. It adds layers.
A certain je ne sais quoi.
Like I welcome it. That would be a fun show. That would be I think we're in a world where you can do that.
Without
you would just say we support sex workers. That's what you'd say.
And if you don't support this, you don't think sex work is work. Fuck is wrong with you?
Wait, you don't like my coochie show?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, that's one of my favorite ways to troll people in society. Is I just be like, yo,
be really accepting?
Yeah, you have to. Yeah. So like if I bring my favorite sex worker around, you like, Kyrie, is that a hooker? And I'm like, yo. Sex work is work. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Don't say it right in front of her.
What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Sex work is work.
That's some decency.
You don't think sex work is... You got to get real loud in a social setting. You're like, you don't think sex work is work?
Yeah. That's a great idea. I think I should I'm going to start leaning... So this is something I've thought about is I need to do this more because I've learned I have a natural tone about me. I have a natural like sort of sarcasm, I just sound that way. So, and I'll say facts, I'll sprinkle in things that are true. So now I need to start lying. I need to start sprinkling in lies.
Well, you know what you do?
And what you're saying, that's a good strategy too. Like be a little bit overly socially aware. I need to do that because that's a good move.
And then call people out for not being that. And then like they be like, I didn't even say that. Like, all right, I know.
Yeah. Because they just get defensive no matter what.
They think they're gonna get canceled. Everybody not Kanye. They think they're gonna get canceled. Like, I didn't say that.
That's so funny because you're right. Everybody is worried about that. I really don't. I think if you are secure enough, you really don't care.
Yeah.
But I think no one is secure. So that's why everybody's worried about it.
Everybody's so worried. They're so scared.
I'm telling you, I don't care. I can't care. If I cared, I would stop doing
Is that a Wild Phil hat?
Yeah, it is. Over there in the corner.
Fucking nice.
Yeah, off in the corner of the room. We got Wild Phil merch in the room.
The fact that you got Wild Phil, and the fact that I even noticed it, tell Phil he's doing a good fucking job. Because why was my eyes able to look at that logo and say, is that Wild Phil? Good, that's good. That's good merch.
I know. I need hats. I'm wearing. Yep, I'm wearing. Someone gave me this too.
Yeah.
Beats, backpack. Beats.
I didn't know he was giving you stuff. Fuck, bro. I didn't bring nothing. I am so salty.
You reminded me. I gotta fix this. This was brought to me last time. Here we go. Let me just get it in a way where.
Shut up! Everybody's bringing stuff, and I brought nothing.
I think people are getting the message. I think people are figuring it out.
I didn't get the message, gang.
Yeah, man. Sorry. Next time, brother. See, because Nostradamus, we just did a show together, a Gorilla Taco Party. There's actually their return. Like Even the Scale is their album they released it a few years ago, and they hadn't played in years, and so they came back for this show. And he's also does improv. Steve-O Nostradamus. His name is Steve-O. He's a super awesome guy.
That brother was destined to be great.
Yeah, right, with the name like that. But yeah, I don't know what you would have brought me. Next time you're gonna surprise me with something. It's just and you also reminded me of, hold on guys, I got one other thing. This is a classic. Everyone always see. This is the first time we have the couch in the room, so I just rearranged. But this is usually sitting in sight. I'm gonna have to figure out where to put it.
Oh, don't.
Yeah, Milo Matt gave me this one. This one was like one of the best. This is probably the top gift I've gotten from a podcast.
Dog, the fact that you are getting gifts makes sense. It's the idea of you getting your flowers as an artist, right? Because I mean, some people only get STDs, right? The fact that you're getting, you're getting real gifts that don't
and
keep
STDs,
on giving.
I'm getting both.
Woo, my boy,
Let's
living
go.
life.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. I mean, hey. Let's go to the doctor.
Oh my God! Please go to the Manic Clinic and take an hour there. Take an hour at the Manic Clinic,
That's
please.
Right. I'll hold off on protesting Planned Parenthood just to stop by.
Yeah. At least until I wrap it up regularly.
Yeah.
Holy fuck! Right. Make sure I look good on this motherfucker.
Like get those free condoms.
I always gotta make sure I look good on here because the women that block me haven't blocked you, so this is gonna be their first time seeing me.
Oh, that's how it goes.
Oh yeah, I always tell my exes, I'm like, yo, you'll see me on your timeline before you be on mine.
You ever block anybody yourself?
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
I gotta get them out the way.
I don't block people too often, but I block crazy people.
Yeah.
I block people when I realize, like, oh, you are crazy. You're a little bit crazy. Like, when it's somebody who I'm like, oh, you would be, like, dangerous. That's how I think about it. Like, you are someone I don't even want to have a chance at. And if they're crazy enough, they would probably make another account and find me.
Without
and
a
that's how
doubt.
you know they're really crazy.
What? That's what they tell me. When they like like I've had women say like, oh, you thought I wasn't gonna be able to get to your page, Kyrie? And I'm like, yo, what is wrong with you, gang?
Yeah.
Mind you, these are women with like professional degrees and certificates. They got the letters by their name.
Some guys would like that, by the way. Some guys would be like, oh, she loves me.
I used to, but the space that I'm in now is, to your point, I see energy like that as detrimental, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm a straightforward guy. All you gotta do is what you're supposed to, depending on what our dynamic is. You do your part, I do my part. If you can't, then that's okay. But for you to feel like you don't have to do your part and still have access to me, that's a deeper problem, right? That's a deeper type of entitlement that I can't play those games with. Only because that type of energy can grow into something way nastier, you know?
Right, yeah. Well, and I feel like it's codependency. It all just becomes
But also, what
codependency.
type of fucked up, I mean, in my opinion, it's like, why do you want to watch? Why do you want to see something you're not a part of? And I don't mind when people walk away. It's the walking back that's the problem for me, right? Coming back when it's convenient, coming back when I got some motion, coming back when something popping. I'm not with that. Right. I am not with that. I don't cuff nothing. But you can't leave and come back. This ain't that type of program. This is not that type of program, bro. I run a strict program over here, bro. D1, fucking Duke, fucking Michigan. Like, this is like some, UConn.
You're gonna have like a Scott Pilgrim-esque thing, It'd
Bro,
be like
like
your 7 deadly exes.
Oh, dude, I could believe it.
You know what I mean?
Oh, man. Like, I got blocked from a young lady just because I didn't respond quick enough. Not given it was a week, but like, fuck, you gonna block me on everything?
I mean, that's probably a good thing if they block you that fast. That's probably like they're protecting you from what could have been. It's gonna go wrong either way.
Oh, it was
gonna
gonna
block
go
you
south,
that.
without a doubt. Like, she used to go to different states to see me perform. So like, yeah. But
see, I don't know. See, I kind of have that thing in me. I'm like, if someone was stalking me, and I've made this joke before, I really think like if someone was stalking me, I'd probably be a little flattered.
And so the issue with me is like, they do, but then they realize like, oh, he's actually crazier than me.
Oh.
So then they're like, and that's, that's not what this episode is about. But like, it's like, oh damn, I can't find nobody to play
how you
with.
really feel.
I can't find no one to play with me. Everyone says I play too rough. You know how crazy you have to be for crazy women to be like, what? Yeah, come on, pull up.
Yeah.
I'm bored.
Yeah. That's true. I feel like I attract crazy a little bit. See, you gotta curate your crazy, if that makes any sense. Because I like crazy people, and I actually enjoy talking to them. Like,
that's true.
I enjoy talking to people on the edges of the world. Like, I really like it. But the problem is, those people, and when I say that, I mean like people who are at least coherent, right? I'm not talking about like off the wall, but
You're
I mean
talking
like
crazy cat lady off of Simpsons.
Yeah, but I mean like say someone just says some crazy idea, and that idea almost doesn't even make sense to you. You're like, why would someone say that? I like talking to somebody like that because I like to think like, why would they even? How do they get there? How does this person that I would think is saying this crazy thing? How did they get to that conclusion? To the point where I would talk to anybody pretty much just to understand them. I want to understand people. people, like as a whole. And so I like talking to those people. What I've learned is people will drain you. People are energy vampires, and some people are crazy. And there's no use in like diluting yourself and putting yourself in their world for too long, because they're just not. Like, and sometimes it's the craziest people who are the most fun to talk to. They're engaging and to be around and to hang with, but they're just saying bullshit. Like when you really think about it, they're just fucking saying bullshit, and like they might be engaging and fun, and like they might be like even energetic and have like a personality that's like, you know, magnetic, but you really evaluate the what's the word, the content of their words, there's nothing, because they're crazy. And so it's like you gotta curate your crazy. You gotta think how much crazy is allowed, because also crazy is required for art. You need crazy to make good art.
It is. And so I think for me, because I do like crazy, like I'm not tripping on you having them big ass horse pills you gotta take every day, crazy lady. I love it. Be authentic to you. I think for me it's the maliciousness, right? The intent. It's like, do you because you can be crazy and still want the best for me, right? You can be crazy and still be caring. But what I'm not gonna do is the underhanded shit, the lying, right? Like, that's not that cool or crazy.
That's true. Or like I think people who are manic or like schizophrenic types, these people tend to flip. Like they'll have like they'll be good for a while and then they'll flip. And I had a friend growing up who he was like this, and he was bad. It was like he would be your friend, and then he would flip, and he would just say the meanest things to you, and he would do all these mean things. And it was almost like a pattern. Like he would be cool for a while, like a good friend, and he'd be fun to be around, and like just genuinely a good friend. I grew up with him. And then out of nowhere, it's like the worst friend, like just totally mean, like saying terrible things. And he was dating this girl, and I remember she got in a car accident. And you know, he was cool about it and all this. But then when he was in his phase, he started saying to her like, "Oh, you should have died in your car accident." Like he's saying the worst. He's trying to trigger you. He's saying the worst things, because in his mind, he would do this. Like I remember I hung out with him around like a New Year's, and this was after we had already had things like happen. Our friendship had broken up and come back together, or da 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 da. So I'm hanging out with him at a New Year's thing, and I had just started dating this girl, and I go to school the next day. And he doesn't even go to the school. I think he went to the alternative, so he wasn't even at the school.
He was already kicked out.
Yeah, right.
My boy.
Well, yeah, whatever it was. But so he's I remember I get out of first hour and I go to my locker, and my girlfriend's there, and she's looking at me like weird, and I'm like, "What's up? What's going on?" And she says that he had messaged her something like, I think he messaged her and said that I had cheated on her at the New Year's thing with his ex-girlfriend. And like really, I was just sitting next to his ex-girlfriend. Like we were both sitting on the bed, and I was sitting next to her. Like that's probably the most that had happened, and he probably was jealous.
Fuck?
But this was his, like, he was having a break again, right? So he made something up because he's trying to cause drama, and he wants drama. And it was like, it never, to a rational person, none of this makes any sense, because if you're trying to make sense of it, you're not understanding it correctly. Like
that's also not bro code. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, it's total break a bro. Like the fact that I was ever his friend again, I'm an idiot, right? Like it's because the thing is, this is how I learned about all this stuff. Like these people will come into your life, and you might even like them, and they might even, especially if you grow up with them, you know, you have memories. But it's so funny because it would be the thing where I kind of just gave up, and I remember I would see him on Facebook every now and then, like somebody would post, like he would message random people on Facebook and cause fights in like the community where we're from, like the neighborhood. He would just call girls like whores on Facebook, just random, because they didn't message him back or something, because he would get mad. And he's just, in my mind, I'm thinking, oh my God, that's like my friend. Like that guy was my friend. Like, but and I know him better than I know what that would look like from the out. They don't know any of this craziness that I know. Yeah. It's more layered than what they're seeing. And even then, again, there's no point making sense of it. Like what we're talking about is somebody who reacts completely emotionally, and like, if you are crazy people in your family, that's another thing. That'll help you understand. Like, you ever know a schizophrenic person?
Because everybody's diagnosis is different, right? Because even I'm diagnosed as manic, but
when I say crazy, I'm talking specifically about like manic or bipolar.
Management is super important, right? Yeah. Especially depending on what type of bipolar disorder they got. If they medicated, and if they're not medicated, how are you regulated? Because that's more important, right? Like, how are you regulating your nervous system? How are you regulating? What does your daily routine look like? Because for me, my outlet of saying mean shit is roast battles, right? So now I can pull up and say I just annihilated a motherfucker the other week, like, because to your point, it flipped. I have no joy in my heart for nobody. So now when I get on stage, people are like, oh my God, he's vicious. Yeah. I'm wired like that. But that's management, right? Because I'm not going to go and take that to my friends, right? I'm not going to bring that to my loved ones. I don't bring that energy to them. A competition, that competitive edge, or if I'm working out or I'm doing things to make sure that I'm sweating, making sure that I'm getting them endorphins going, that's when I can use that energy. And so it's all about management of said energy. Like, I've even had, because right now I'm actually in a period of my life where I'm actually not drinking, I'm not smoking, doing semen retention, just keeping my energy and really trying to harness it and you make it work for me. And that can look different for some people because they like, yo, that's fucking bullshit. You're killing people and chopping them up. And it's like, no, I'm managing my energy the way I have to, because what a lot of people who are not managed, what happens with manic people is they end up either hooked on pharmaceuticals or hooked on prescribed drugs that they started to give themselves in the streets, you know what I mean? So that's why it's so important for regulation, because if you don't, you're going to fuck up your relationships, you're going to crash out your fucking body because you're either on a bunch of the pharmaceutical stuff and, you know, you're dependent now, or you're doing street drugs, you're off for fucking Perk 30 and fucking Adderall 15s, all this other shit, and it's still going to crash out eventually. Yeah. So it's tough, man, because for other people, they like, yo, like, I had a girl ask me, oh, man, you know, what are you on right now? Like, oh, man, who's your dealer? And I'm like, God, I don't, this energy is natural, baby. I wake up with this shit every day. Yeah, you got to manage your shit, man. Like, management, I think, is so important, bro, because you can't get those relationships back. Once you burn them bridges, man, oh, man. After I go against someone in roast battle, our relationship is never the same. That's why I don't go against people I really love in roast battles. Because they'll be like, yo, you really be thinking that? You sick? Fuck.
Well, I don't think... what I like about... I think I would have the same experience. What I like about rap battles and what I like about, like, when I did roast battle a few times is really you just get to say whatever you want. That's kind of the point.
Whatever the fuck you want.
And I think if you understand it properly, you should be like you should be being honest. You should be saying honest things, because that's what you should be saying, what you think the audience is thinking. Like,
the
whatever
shared truth.
The elephant in the room. Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Because I think that's the stuff that tends to, especially with a rap battle, like, especially like when I'm doing a rap thing, like, just say the thing. Like, it actually is the time to go for the low-hanging fruit, kind of. And like, I think what people get wrong with roast battles is, or at least, and I think this is like, I don't think it's like this anymore, but I used to feel this way about Kill Tony, where I feel like it would always be like low-hanging fruit. It would always be like, oh, your appearance, or we're going to go straight for appearance, and that's every single joke. I don't think they do that so much anymore on Kill Tony, but it used to be like that. And I think roast battle, like a bad roast battle is mostly that. It's like, oh, the same fat joke 5 times in a row. Whereas, like, there's different ways you can approach it that's fun. Or if you're going to make that joke, it's got to be fucking killer. Because we already have heard that joke before.
And how you, like, and making it applicable to this person's life, right?
Yeah.
Like, Kill Tony is very, when you say low-hanging fruit, I always think lowbrow. Not very intellectual, no real surprises, no build-up, no suspense. Yeah. Just, you know, you're a fat fuck. It's like, oh, ha, ha. And it's like, you could put some layers on that thing, you know what I mean? Like, I'll send you a clip because it won't be posted from a roast battle I just did at Zany's, and I won unanimously. But
I think I know the one you're talking about.
No, with Stephen Black?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So did you see that video?
Yeah.
So
it just came out. I actually watched it. Yeah.
Yeah. So in that video, you'll see, like, I had a little bit of aggression, and he was just like, "Where the fuck is this coming from?" But
you just made a bunch of shit up. Like, I know, I'm on both of your guys' sides because I saw what happened. I think he wasn't prepared. Like, he was thinking. He just brought his regular everyday energy, just like you bring your regular everyday energy. But your regular energy is like, fuck this guy. This guy probably would fuck his mom. That was basically your entire...
Because he's from Indiana. So I know what the worst Indiana person can do and will do.
And like his reaction to that, I don't think that he rolled with it well enough because, if someone said that type of stuff about me, I don't give a fuck what you say about me at all. So I'll just smile and nod. I'll play along. I'll be like, he's got me. Like, that's me.
But you see,
I did
that's
everything.
in my opinion, like
I am the
boxing,
supervillain that he says I am.
That's like being able to counter, being able to roll a punch, being able to, you know what I'm saying, having a defense, being able to counter.
Well, and that's what roast battle will teach you too. I think roast battle it's all about that. And so I think that would be that's the layers, because he, everybody writes their shit beforehand for the most part. So he's thinking, I'm gonna stick to my script. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
Steven is my dog.
Yeah.
We back when I was smoking this shit, like we'd roll up and post up and blow. Like that's my dog. So that's why he was throwing off like, fuck. Like, mind you, that's why I said you layer it with the truth. He really did go to Monster High School. So that fucks his head up because he's like, yo, how the fuck did you even know I went to high school there? But then you come up with a whole, joke about how I was the top of my class and not the bottom. Like, he like, hey, what the fuck? Where are you getting this info from?
Yeah.
And it fucks people's head up because they're like, are you doing research? Are you making this?
Yeah. You got to do a little bit of that.
It's both.
Yeah. When in my second, I think it was the second appearance on Roast Battle.
Is that the one where you came up from the crowd rapping and shit?
Well, I did in all three, yeah. But in the second one, I'm trying to remember the line exactly because it's when I mentioned Femi, and I say like, oh yeah, throwing punches like a fight song. Next is Femi, cause somebody turned the lights on. Somebody turned the lights on. Something. This guy's coming from less than me. He's a gangster. Heard he studied at S&T. So for those who don't know, Femi went to science and tech. That's how he came to America.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
See how you did the research though?
Lines like that, it's kind of like only for Femi. Like, because for one, it's a reference to 8 Mile. For one, it's like, this guy's a gangster. Heard he studied at Cranbrook. Like, that's the joke. Like, so there's that. But also, because I think anybody
Clarence parents had a real good marriage.
I think anybody would get that. I think at least if you get what I'm saying, this guy's a gangster. Heard he studied S&T. It's like, oh, he's not a gangster. He went to college.
I didn't know this motherfucker was studying at S&T. This is interesting.
But he also did study S&T. That's an actual fact. You can look it up. Femi went to science and tech. He went to a nice college. He had a nice entry into America.
Why the fuck is he doing roast battles, brother? Go be a scientist. Fuck these
Whoever
people.
wants to take that angle for a roast battle, go for it. I already planted
Femi
the
a beast
seed.
though. They're gonna have to deal with Femi. Femi a motherfucker on
Femi's
that
a
mic,
motherfucker.
Joe.
Well, and Femi, there's a reason he's like established himself on roast battle. He's kind of an immovable object.
That's real. You know who else remind me of Femi in that idea of like an immovable object? Fujiko.
Yeah.
Oh, that motherfucker.
I think I'm about to get her on the podcast. Actually,
please do.
I think she might actually be the next guest if I have it right.
Tell her I bigged her up because she's a funny motherfucker. Like, I think like I'm not like some type of ultimate OG, but I can see a certain person on roast battle stages and I'd be like, yo, you got it. Mm-hmm. Like whatever the fuck that it is, because like one of the things,
because it's that rolling with it thing we were talking about, and there's that. I think roast battle, it's so much of that, and a great comedy show is that. Any great comedy show, like it forces a comedian into a spot where all of that training is kind of out the window, and you just kind of have to that whole be yourself thing, whatever it is. Like,
whatever it is, and the thing is, it looks different. So like that's why I was like, oh well. Because I do a bunch of shit outside. It's like I cast too, and when I'm casting, I look for that it factor, right? Do you have the it that I can't find in someone else? You know what I mean? Like you can go watch 20 battles and you may never see another Femi. You can watch 20 battles, you may not see another Fujiko. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so shit, you can watch 100 and you might not see a Chris Greco. You know what I mean? So it's like it's certain people. It's like fuck, you got the it, whatever the fuck that it is. You know what I mean? And so it's linked to you being you because. Think of the low-hanging fruit for all of these people, right? No matter if it's race, no matter if it's gender, no matter if it's the physicality, it's still the same. Right. I've heard T-Pain jokes my whole fucking life. that shit share right off. Good luck, Chuck. You better come up with something more different.
That's like someone saying an Eminem thing to me.
Yeah.
You know how many times I've heard someone say, any white rapper has heard that before.
You feel me?
I feel like for me, maybe it's more applicable because of the way I rap. But I guarantee 90% you're just saying it because I'm a white rapper. That's why they say it. That's what it is. I don't even care that it's racist. I just think it's unoriginal. It's like unoriginal racism. And give me original racism.
Give me that real shit.
Call me some white guy that I actually look like. And then I'll be oh, you got me.
That's real. That's real.
Yeah, say like, John Stamos or Leonardo DiCaprio, one of these hot white guys. I'll be like, you know what? I'll take that. That's... Compare me to a handsome white.
That's funny. Switch it up. Call me Michael B. Jordan.
Right, that's what I'm saying. They just start saying, who's the guy from The Wire? I forget his name.
Idris Elba?
Yeah, how would that be?
Switch it up.
I feel like I would take him.
Yeah,
I'd be like, oh, he's a sexy black man. I'm trying to think of my sexiest black man, my top sexy black man. That's a thought I've never had before.
And there you have it.
Actually thought about.
Thinking thoughts you never thought.
I testify. I've never had that thought before.
I testify. He has a fucking notebook. He's scratching people out. He didn't make it to the final round, sexy black man.
Like something. I was thinking out loud. I shouldn't have said it.
No, you gotta live your life, brother. It's 2026. We get to say whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah.
If our elected officials can eat children, why can't I? What, you gonna vote me out? You didn't vote them out.
I think it would actually get you elected, saying whatever you want. I think that's what you do now.
Unfortunately, that is too accurate.
I kind of don't like it because I feel like what's happening is, I call it vibe politics. I think it's like politics are based on vibes more and more now, and it's not actually about anything that's the policy or anything. It's like, is this guy a vibe?
Because people...
Do we vibe with him? The policy is the base of it, but really it's do we vibe with you?
But think about how wild that is that people are like, yo, I like the way this guy is moving on stage. He's charismatic. And it's like, bro, you just lost your job. Your pension is gone. Your mortgage is shot. And the property tax just went up. And you can't afford gas to get to the grocery store where you can't afford the groceries. What the fuck are you talking about a vibe? Why are you telling me about charisma? Can you eat that? You better be able to because you don't got food. You can't afford it, motherfucker. Oh, my God. And if you can't afford food, it's humans that McDonald's is putting in patties. Like, what?
You understand, though, he's a great guy.
You gotta get, I like the way he makes me feel. Hungry is how he makes me. Hungry and no hope is what.
I think that's all you gotta do. You just have to talk right. And it's kind of like, I think we talked about that last time, like motivational speakers and all of this. Like, that's kind of the base of it is charisma. It's just talking right.
I don't know. I also think that we are still in a mass lunacy. From the pandemic, a lot of people had cabin fever that was unchecked.
Cabin fever meaning just being stuck inside.
But not also just stuck inside, but we were cooped inside for years, right?
Yeah.
And the environment that people were subjected to wasn't always holy, right? Sometimes people had to go back to homes where they were traumatized in situations where they had to do things that they didn't want to do. They fucking somebody they don't want to fuck because they can't afford rent on their own. A lot of dark situations was going on. And then it was just like, hey, y'all, go back outside. You're free. And it's like, oh, and it's like, no, wait, we didn't actually handle some of the things that happened during this fucking 2-3 year period. And now everybody's just out here voting and trying to act like they're normal. And you're out of your fucking mind. People are fucking deranged, and we don't get a chance to slow things down and really check it. So now you have a bunch of people who will go off a vibe because they don't fucking they're in fight or flight mode. You know what I mean? Like, they're not even themselves.
Yeah,
it's getting dark, dog.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that's getting better or worse though? Because
without a doubt, worse.
Worse?
Without a doubt.
You think so?
Only because, we're living in unprecedented times. Our president has more death attempts than a drill rapper. You know what I mean? We essentially got King Von as a president. Yeah. Like every other year, he's getting clapped at on some shit.
Mugshot and all, yeah.
Bro, mugshot, baby mamas, hella kids around, ops all around the world,
felonies.
Felonies, popping shit to his ops on Twitter.
Yeah.
King Von is our president, dog. What do you?
Yeah.
And I would like to think that maybe in 2016 we would never stand for this shit. 10 years ago, this shit wouldn't have been able to fly. That's when we had people like Obama and shit around. You wasn't for to get around like that, gang. But 10 years later, we've just continued to slip and slip and slip.
Yeah. Well, I even think the Trump now is not the Trump of 10 years ago. It's kind of a bummer. Because like I think like if you're one of those people who I think a lot of people feel this way, who think like you don't like him, you don't feel either which way, but he's at least like a comedic person. You look at him, and he's got comedic qualities. But nowadays, not so much. Nowadays, he's not so funny anymore. Like,
think about that. What's not funny? Because he's still the same him.
Yeah, but what I mean is like when he was first doing because it was his charisma and it was his way. We were at a point in politics in 2016 where it could have probably been all sorts of people. It just happened to be him. But the system was ready for somebody. Like we all kind of didn't buy into it. And there was somebody who had to be the face of that, who had to be the face of, yeah, this is kind of bullshit. And the fact that he came out and kind of like just as a Republican, and then he just kind of didn't do any of the things that any of the other Republicans were doing, and kind of just roasted them and like just made fun of them, especially Jeb Bush. And Jeb Bush was like the guy that was supposed to be the guy, and he made Jeb Bush look lame as fuck. Like he made Jeb Bush look like a fucking loser. And it was actually
which is fascinating to me.
Yeah, because it's like he did it. It was, and nobody could have seen that coming. And that's not the Trump that is here now. Like, and I think people always think of like now, like they think of the moment now, and they forget what the past was like. I just feel like that's how people are more so now. Yeah, and recency bias, but more now than ever because we're just so inundated with like fucking the news cycle. Just shit hits you 24/7, and the way that everything is. It's kind of hard to remember how it was unless you really have a grip on it. And you really remember who you were, and you have like a timeline that you kept track of. It's kind of very easy to forget. But there was a point in that's why it's history, and just reading accounts of history, unless you have track of it, it's so important because you really don't know unless you read what people say or what they thought about it. And so, yeah, I just remember that was a big wave. That was a big thing that was hitting, and he was a comedic character almost. It was like he
was flaming everybody.
And like the whole
flaming Hillary, he was flaming anybody.
Yeah, well, the Hillary debates, oh my God, those are classic. They had to get rid of the audience because of the amount of response he was getting from the audience. Like he was working the crowd. Literally.
But you know, and that's why I think that, like, because first off, this is a reality TV star. Like, let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Entertainment is in his background.
Yeah.
And I just think that we failed as humans.
I think he's the beginning of vibe politics, by the way. He's the reason it really
vibe politics
started.
is such a euphoric word because
I think I made it up.
You did.
I don't know if anybody said that.
It's a euphemism because we have to understand, like, what does vibe politics mean? That means that you can literally rape children, and people are going to be like, so what else you got going on?
I would say that's what it means.
And and like,
I would say that.
That is a slippery slope.
Well,
because at one point in society, that's a scarlet letter. What do you mean you're a pedo? You know what I mean?
Well, I would say.
And so the issue that I have with it is that at one point it was a scarlet letter, and we don't want to hear what else the fuck you talking about, kid fucker. You know what I mean? You fuck kids. We don't want to hear what else you got to say. Now it's like, well, let's hear them out. What the fuck? How did we get there?
Well, because they're gonna say it's made up. They're gonna say that's a made up thing.
If we're gonna be like. We talked about insanity or crazy people. That's the type of crazy I can't deal with because they live in a state of delusion that creates harm for others, right?
Well, to be fair, I think with Trump, I think you could still make a case. Like, there's accusations against him in the Epstein files, and there's pictures of him with Epstein. I don't think there's anything that, like, he's on paper guilty of. And even then, like... And I'm just trying to play devil's advocate. You see what I'm saying?
This is the thing. To play devil's advocate while you're in hell is actually a decision that my soul won't make, right? Because, like I said,
but I'm like saying this is what the people who would defend him would even say.
This is why. And
this is how they're thinking.
And this is why those are the type of crazies that I can't fuck with because you create a situation that is harmful for people, right?
Yeah.
When we talk about Virginia, the lady that is now dead, she didn't kill her fucking self. What are we talking about here, y'all?
Right.
We're talking about somebody who not just hung with Epstein. Epstein said this motherfucker don't got a nice bone in his body. Oh my God. What do you mean the king dundada of pedophilia who runs a ring says that Trump doesn't have a nice bone in his body? Holy fuck. That is like the devil giving you a fucking recommendation letter.
Yeah, that one's weird.
And now, mind you, he has more pictures with Epstein than I have with my grandma. What the fuck are we talking about?
Did you see?
His name is in the files more than Harry Potter is in Harry Potter book. Oh my God. So for people to play coy or to be like, well, we don't know. It's like, yo, what you wanted to see him do it. And then what you was going to do, not care again. Yeah. That's why I can't fuck with them because that's real people. Those real people, children that went missing. Those real women that.
But I think
life
it's
ain't
also
the same.
like it's the fact that it's not just him. It's all these people. And I think if you were to accept the files as a whole and accept all these things as a whole, like it's kind of an existential question because if you're gonna accept all that stuff, you kind of have to accept that the entire system that we've grown up with, that we've become accustomed to, it's built on satanic fucking evil ritual bullshit.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like all that
100%.
stuff that you've been told is a conspiracy, all that stuff that's supposed to be crazy, that's actually what's happening behind the curtain. Epstein's just one guy.
And I don't really
he's
think...
not like he's not the guy. He's one guy.
But brother, and this is what I educate people on because they're like, oh well, you know, Epstein is dead now. I'm like, wait. You think if you shut down a crack block that the crackhead's not gonna go to another block?
Diddy kind of showed that there's just multiple genres of this stuff.
You feel me?
Diddy was the proof that it's not even just like...
And this is what I need. Yes, come on, keep on coming.
You know what I'm
because
saying?
This is what we're talking about now. We're talking about them getting the crack dealers, but you're not doing nothing to the distributors.
Yeah.
You're not doing nothing to the people who
And
are
I
making the
wonder
crack.
why.
You're
I
not doing
wonder
nothing
why.
to the users.
Yeah.
Because in the streets, they arrest the dealer and the person who was buying the crack. Why would we get rid of Epstein and not the people who was buying the crack? Yeah. Why would we get rid of Diddy and not the people who was buying the crack? In any other situation, you take people who was buying and purchasing. It don't matter if you was buying coochie you weren't supposed to. It don't matter if you was scamming and you got money on the side off it. If you are a participant in it, you go your ass to jail. Why, when they fucking kids and throwing them over boats and shit, does the users not go to jail?
But the answer is obvious.
I think the answer falls on us though, right? Because it's more of us than it is them.
Meaning
the will of the people will always succeed the will of the minority. The people who claim power, right? They don't really have power.
Well, there's a thing I say,
give them
a song of mine called Confessionals. I love that song.
Download it, listen to it,
check
Confessionals.
It out, Confessionals. Put the power in the people and the people will devour. That's the reason we're in chains. We want it. The world is ours.
Real shit.
And it's how I look at it. It's like, you know, that's the whole reason that you're told, like everything that around you kind of tells you not to believe in yourself and to follow your spirit. And there's a reason for all these things.
And that's why. And that's
if you do that, and we all do that, and we all join together, and we see things for the bullshit that it is, well, then we actually realize we are way more powerful than we ever could have thought we were.
Dog,
we were told not to think that.
The things you have more in common with the people that the system is telling you that you don't than you really think.
Well,
right?
that's why we're told to hate each other.
We're told to hate each other. We say, hey, you're from here, he's from there. You look like this, he look like that. Yeah. When in reality, we both can't afford rent. We both don't have a savings. We both don't know what the fuck 10 years look like. You know what I mean? Like the numbers are there. Like the average American actually cannot go 2 months without paying rent because we're so fucked up.
Yep. Yeah.
And so, or the average American missed a paycheck, we fucked up on rent. Like it's like that for most people. At what point? And I always joke about this. Like, did we run out of pitchforks and torches? Like, like historically speaking, this is what happens, right? When the masses are going back to the French Revolution, all these different upheavals where the masses are did wrong, bro. People are in fucking shambles.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, with the middle class eroding, what has not eroded was the idea that, hey, I'm an exception. Ho ho. By the time people realize that they're not an exception, it's gonna be too late. Mm-hmm. Like just now in Chicago, I was talking to somebody. The fucking property taxes in certain areas went up 188%.
Wow.
You know why you said
over
wow?
What, a year?
Now. Like the bill passed, but now people are starting to get it in the mail, and they're like, "Oh," I'm like, "Oh, it's right." Because say you're a homeowner, you saw that, right? But now you have to pass it down to who? The renter. And people have been complaining about rent already for years about how rent is going up, but it's actually about to do some numbers that we've never seen it do. Yeah. 188%. That means that if you're in there paying a stack, you're probably about to be paying $2,500 or some freaked out shit.
Wow.
Because as a property owner, why would I take that? I'm not going to absorb that. Are you stupid? No. Come here, little renter. And so now you're talking about people who have to do that and pay that. But we know for a fact that jobs are decreasing. We know for a fact that AI is just butt fucking jobs, right? Like not even spitting on a hand, nothing, just straight. Where were people going to get this money from?
Yeah.
Remember like 10 years ago, they was like, get a job in tech. Oh my God, Oracle is releasing. Oracle is laying people off with coding degrees and certificates and shit. Don't matter. So now what? Get your fucking pitchfork and get your torch.
Yeah.
Or Sell your child to a billionaire. I don't know. Do whatever you want to do, but just know that whatever you do is going to be a definition of what your soul came here for. Because your soul picked this timeline. Now, what you do with the decisions you make, that's up to you. What do you do? My mom always told me, Kyrie, the things that you do, once you see what you cannot unsee, is going to determine if your soul is going to fulfill its contract of why it came here. So what is the shit that you seeing and you like, nah, fuck it, I'm finna just go get a drink. Nah, fuck it, I'm gonna just roll up. Good luck, because after that blunt, your rent still due.
Yeah.
After you finish drinking and wilding out that night, when you wake up and shit, you still got to go to that job you hate. They damn near piss on you. They piss you off. It's like that for so many people. So many people are practicing different layers of escapism, which is cool and dandy. I never knock people for practicing, but like, you're going to have to come back to this real world, brother. That's where your avatar at. We here. You're going to have to jump in it. And like, for me personally, I would just encourage people to not escape the shit that you think about at night. If you lay down in your bed at night and you think about that shit, it's a reason you thinking about it, dog. It's a reason that shit boil your fucking blood with. And it don't matter what it is, right? But you can find a million fucking reasons. It don't matter what your cause is. I assure you that the group of people that you care about is in danger. No matter if it's working class, no matter if it's fucking children, no matter if it's homeless people who just got fucking deemed damn near jailable in like, what's that, Louisiana? Right? Like we see these things happening. No matter what you care about, people right now are saying fuck it. And I'm interested to see what you do. Because 10 years ago, it was rah-rah when it was liberal versus liberal. And you're like, how much do you really care about old people? Because they throwing them motherfuckers out of old folks' homes at alarming rates. You know what I mean? Like, you care that much about, homeless people? Let's see. You care that much about, you know what I'm saying, the eroded middle class? Let's see. What you do now?
How do you interpret the phrase, the revolution will not be televised?
Oh. So, the revolution will not be televised. Shout out to Gil Scott-Heron and all the other really dope-ass people in history that have kind of forewarned of this period. The revolution will not be televised. I think that's a really dope quote, but it's about screens, in my opinion, right? Because if you look at, I hate to bring them up because I'm probably going to get blocked. Oracle owns so much shit right now, from TikTok to TV networks, entire stations. The truth cannot appear on your screen. The revolution is going to happen in your mind and in your heart. It has to. That's why it can't be televised, because they'll never put that shit on the screen. No matter if it's your iPad, your phone, your laptop, your TV. They can't put that on there. They won't. But it has to happen. And where is it going to happen? It's going to happen in your heart, where you see somebody in need and you're like, bro, do you need some mutual aid? How can I help you? It's going to happen in your heart when you step up for someone who can't defend themselves and you're like, hey, leave this person the fuck alone. Or you got to go through me. You know what I mean? Yeah. Not saying you would be safe or otherwise, like, because in theory, you might be safe for that moment. But what do they say? You watched them come for your neighbor, you said nothing. You watched them come for your other neighbor, you said nothing. And when they came for me, no one was around. No one. What are you going to do? The revolution is going to have to happen in your mind and in your heart because of the actions you're going to take. And we won't see it, but we'll see it around. You know what I mean? Because they're not going to film that. They're not going to let that go viral. You stupid. That's snub your video. That's snub you. But, it's the actions that we take. You know what I'm saying? The shit that we don't see. Like, man, that's why I'm really big on mutual aid. Like, did you look out for a motherfucker when they couldn't look out for themselves? Mm-hmm. I'm a big energy guy. Like, yo, what did you do with the blessings you had? Did you squander them? Did you fuck them off? Did you help anybody do some shit that they couldn't do for themselves? And my favorite shit is to not ask for nothing back.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Because that's some real shit. Help people you don't know in ways that they couldn't help themselves and then move the fuck on. And that's what I think the most important revolution is going to be, right? The shit that we don't see on TV, but we feel it because we see how people are bonding together. We see how many like food pantries we see set up. We see how many like what do you call those type of like mutual aid classes where people are teaching other people how to do shit for free. Oh fuck! Please show me how to do some shit for free. I'm so broke, please. But yeah, that's the type of shit. The way that we love and care for each other. That's the real revolution.
I think so, yeah. And I think that's what he meant when he said it. I used to think that it meant, and it sort of means this, that the way that advertising and the way that everything has become so corporate and corporately curated. Like what you're supposed to see is presented by shareholders and by people who are paying people. It's really the advertiser for the news corporation is who's getting to decide what the narrative is. That's who gets to decide. No one else is. If you're not going to be the news corporation and then go against whatever the guy who's paying, you don't bite the hand that feeds you. It's just like a rule of the world. You don't do that. And so that's why you need to either take money out of that altogether, or you need to have rules that stop that from happening, because it's just going to happen no matter what, because those guys are getting paid by those guys. It's why in the medical industry, which is also has this, and it's gotten like within the medical industry itself, because the medical industry also advertises like this whole industry.
It's wild as fuck, because Ozempic is a part of the medical industry.
But they would go to hospitals and they have like representatives of drugs, and so they can't do this anymore. What they used to do is they would show up to the hospital and they would say like, they would give the nurses gifts, and they would present the drugs to these nurses, and they would give them gifts. And eventually there became a law, you can't give the nurses gifts, because obviously you shouldn't be doing that. The whole idea of why they're doing it is to incentivize these nurses to give more people these drugs, whether or not the drugs are actually efficient or they work, which should be the point, right? But we're talking about money. And so these people show up and they give you gifts. And so now the workaround is they can invite you out to a dinner. And this is what they still do to this day. So that's what it is.
Doctors too.
Yeah. So you get invited to a dinner, and they've done studies where it's like the nurses, of course, and doctors, they'll tell you, we're not going to prescribe people more of this drug because we went to some dinner, but they do. Because
it's not a regular dinner. They get there and there's a gift bag with a Rolex or some stupid shit in it.
Yeah.
And now it's a couple of tickets to an all-inclusive vacation.
Whatever's legal. Whatever they can get away with.
Whatever the legal amount is.
Yeah.
And they might get freaky and say, oh, it's a raffle. 300 people, 1 out of 310. Fuck you.
And the trick is, no one's saying, make sure to prescribe this drug to more patients. No one says that. That's the it's all implied, because they don't have to say that. They're just going to give you shit. And the point is, don't bite the hand that feeds you, because we're giving you stuff. Can't you understand? We are good people. We're giving you things.
And see, that's the beauty, right? Like, what is good people, right? Is it somebody who gives you something with the intent of manipulation or control? Are they trying to invest in you, or are they trying to buy you?
Yeah.
And I just saw recently a government official in California was getting hammered because he was voting for flock cameras. Do you know what those are? So for our friends, you too. Flock cameras are the privatized cameras that exist around our country in numerous amounts. So there's thousands of flock cameras that are in public spaces that are ran by AI. They follow you in your movement, but they are not linked to your government. I will say this again very clearly. There are thousands of cameras that are ran and AI powered by privatized companies that are not connected to your government, which means that a private company is now reeling in millions of hours of fucking data on every American, because it's at gas stations, corner stops, it's in neighborhoods where they tell you to slow down, over the speed hump. A flock camera is right there. All of that data is fed to a private company that has no contact with the government. Now, what that private company is going to do with that information is obvious. I hope so. Dig deeper into flock cameras. But this government official literally voted against the people who elected him because the flock camera company invited him on a trip. Come on this trip. And they called him out. They said, hey, you went on this trip 3 months ago, and now your stance on these cameras is different, and now you're allowing them to put them up by the hundreds in our neighborhood. We're telling you we don't want it, and you're still going to negate us? What happened on that trip?
Yeah.
Because what they won't tell you is that sometimes dirty blackmail happens. Sometimes they convince you to pee on a little girl and then you didn't know they was recording. Now they got you on camera, R. Kelly and a little kid, and now you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna do what you say.
Or they threaten you.
They threaten you. All these different things, right? And it's like, at some point, no matter if it's flock cameras or what, we're gonna have to deal with the privatization of our government, our resources, and things like that. Because that's really what's happening right now.
I think it's interesting because the more and more I think about the history of America and like the idea of what it's supposed to represent, I think that it all goes wrong really around World War I when we start, because we become a country that's not so independent anymore. Like the myth of America was we're getting away from Britain, we're going to be independent. And also this idea of decentralization, right? We're not going to have a centralized government. We're not going to be beholden to any individual person like a king or like royalty. We're not going to do that. And then
Trump
look at what the fuck we are now. Look what we become. And I really think like
the president is beefing with the Pope.
Right, that's where we're at. We got Pope beef.
Pope beef, baby.
2026 Pope beef, fresh
God.
Pope beef. Shout out Chicago, right?
Right. Hey, we not going.
We
Fuck
on the map.
that. We can beef. What's up? Even the Pope, like, bro, I'm from the city. Fuck that. Fuck what you talking about?
Yeah, so it's just, I feel like the origins of America, and I mean, it's all connected to revolutions. It's all connected to this idea of breaking away from this central power and the pursuit of happiness and allowing people to have.
The foundation of America.
Yeah, and we've gotten closer to that in ways since the foundation of America, but in bigger ways we've gotten so far away from it. And I think one of the biggest ways is really, again, like the way that we've become beholden to global powers, and that starts with World War I. Because that's, I mean, I think it's WHO, right? It's or not WHO, that's the World Health Organization.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the one where what's the one where they all meet up? It's the Global Alliance, whatever it is.
So there's a few.
It's not WHO, it's the other one. You
got the WHO, but that's for health. You have
I'm forgetting the acronym.
No, there's the
you know what I'm talking about.
No, not the UN. They don't
UN's what I'm talking about.
Oh, is that who you talking about? The UN?
Yeah, the UN.
Like
UN's formed around this time.
So,
but just the idea of that, the U.S. was supposed to be separate from all this by getting ourselves involved in all these foreign affairs and
NATO,
by becoming that.
It's a bunch
by
of them
doing
that
all
do
that.
shit.
We're not focused on the U.S. anymore. We're all this other shit, and all these
Bilateral
other countries.
Commission.
These other countries think we're the biggest bully ever. They think, oh my God, why can't America just mind their own fucking business? That's what everybody thinks about America. Because, and the way that America presents it, oh no, we're like giving everybody democracy, man. We're like, we just care about democracy. We just want everybody to be free and shit. And also, we're all worried about weapons of mass destruction. And also, Iran might have a bomb now, so we got to worry about that. Like, it's always something we got to be worried about somewhere else. And it's always a narrative. And guess what? Oil is always where we're worried about. Oil is always happens to be. And guess what? We had like a plan to go to all these places like 2001. It's like we've always had a plan to do all this. It's just such, all of it's bullshit. It's all bullshit. And the sooner you see it's all bullshit, it's like you can it's almost liberating, but it also like it drives you crazy. It's a crazy thing because you either it sets you free or it makes you think it's all insanity. And it's kind of both. Like it's just because you learn, it's like the revolution will not be televised. Like that revolution within your heart, like that understanding that the revolution's in you, that it's about perspective and it's all about like your personal revolution and your personal actions. Like that, I think that matters so much more than any of this bullshit you're gonna see. And the sooner you realize that, like none of that's real. None of the it's always a narrative. They're always showing you something, and you've always got to ask these questions because it's always about something else. And it's like the best thing you can do in the face of craziness is your best. The best thing you can do is just the right things. And just like, if you really think the world's going to shit, you really think that all these everybody's a rapist, every famous person you've ever loved is a rapist, then I guess the best thing you can do is your best. The best thing you can do is not be that. Just be the best guy you could be a good role model, put that out there, and that's it. That's what drives, I mean, it's just, it's maddening the levels to which corruption has gotten, and I think it's so far away from the principles of America. Like I was saying, like the idea of America from the beginning was great. It was actually a great idea.
It was, but I think
let's all try to have access to opportunity.
We got to bring back certain shit. Like back in that day, you can duel a motherfucker. Like yo,
well, that was actually Britain though. That was the king.
But when they brought it over, some people still
Were they still doing it?
Yeah, a couple. Right. It's only like if it's beef. Like Joe. Like,
are we talking with guns? Or are we talking with swords?
Well, with the guns.
The guns
Wild
are cool.
West shit. Like right. Like no, I don't want to get into the sword play, but like just the idea of like yo. I don't like you. Let's get it on right now. Mm-hmm. Like if we could just bring that back, because I assure you, if you're out here raping kids and eating human bodies, it's gonna be somebody that want to duel you. And if we could just set that up in society where like, yo, you eating kids, you gotta duel somebody. Somebody want to duel you.
I like
then
that.
I think society will level out. Because guess what? They're going to be hesitant to do what? Rape kids or eat them. Because they're going to be like, Joe, I can't even go to Whole Foods because somebody's going to try to fucking duel me and kill me.
Yep.
And we don't have that no more. So now they're like, yo, I'm just going to buy off the judge. I'm going to buy off the district attorney. Yeah. Nobody's ever going to see me in court. I'm never going to beat it. And then if you think it's going to happen, I go on a fucking tour, a pity tour. Now I'm on Joe Rogan crying about it. I'm on Theo Von and now people love me again. No.
Yeah.
Bring back dueling so that we can just duel it out. And you're going to have to fight forever for your terrible decisions against humanity. And if you are a good human, guess what? People are not going to fucking duel you because you're out here feeding children. You're out here passing out Pampers to babies or some shit.
Nobody's dueling. Yeah.
Nobody going to fucking duel you. But because we have taken out the layers where the masses can't get to these fucking precious little pedophiles, we have to get rid of the system. What do you mean? You're a judge and you sided for a pedophile? I want to duel you. You're a CEO that says water is a privilege? Water, free, clean, duel, bitch. Like, I want average people to be able to duel the aristocrats and the fucking sycophants that are literally creating the hell that we live in. What? Luigi wasn't wrong. Just challenge the motherfucker to a duel.
I think it's a good idea.
Pooh Shiesty wasn't wrong. Challenge Gucci to a duel. Challenge people who are richer with more resources that want to fuck you over to a duel and see how quickly they stop doing that shit. Now they can't just hop in their Bentley and get away. They can't hop in their yacht and get away because when they come back, duel, bitch.
Can we talk about like the options? Because I feel like there's different duels. Like you could do the classic gunslinger. Mm-hmm. I like that. But I like the other two options more. Okay, you ever see the movie Barry Lyndon?
No, what's that about?
Oh, awesome movie. I would even argue maybe Stanley Kubrick's best.
I like Stanley Kubrick because he made Eyes Wide Shut, right?
Yes.
And then they killed his
That
ass
was his
for
last movie.
Yeah, they killed him for that shit.
Yeah.
It's too fucking on point.
And with, I mean, there's all the conspiracies about Stanley Kubrick and this connection to the moon landing, but around...
What? He got connected to that?
Oh, you don't know that? Yeah.
I gotta look into it,
because around the time that he made Barry Lyndon, he got these special lenses like from NASA. Like he had this deal with NASA to get these lenses because the lenses were never made before and they could shoot without any electronic light. Like it's all natural light because the way they wanted the movie, he didn't want to use any fake light. He wanted everything to be candle lit. So, and there was at the time in the 70s, it was 1975 when this movie came out, there was no technology to shoot like that and have it look good because it would just be grainy and terrible. Like so these lenses were specifically designed for this movie, and the movie is, I mean, it's the closest thing I would say a film gets to a Renaissance painting, and that's what he's trying to do. So if you know this while you watch the movie, it's like the camera rarely moves because it'll zoom in and out a lot, just like zooming in and out of a painting. Like a lot of it is like still as if it's a Renaissance painting, and and just the way that he frames everything and the way that the movie, it's really well done. It's one of the best movies I think ever made.
So
it's that
you say
good.
NASA linked them?
Well, and that's where you get the
when NASA
conspiracy.
link you, Joe.
That's where the conspiracy starts. Yeah, so how the fuck did he get the NASA hookup? And then you say like, well, the moon landing looked pretty good. The only person who probably could have faked that would be the guy who made 2001: A Space Odyssey a few years before. I mean, think about it. Maybe NASA saw 2001: A Space Odyssey and went, he might be our guy because 2001: A Space Odyssey still looks good to this day. I mean, have you ever seen that?
No, I got to go back and do my research, dog.
Dude, that movie came out before we'd ever done any space travel. So just watch that movie and fucking keep that in mind. Because it's so ahead of its time.
I got to go tap in. So Stanley Kubrick was been that man.
Oh my God.
So
he's one of the best of all time.
That's why it was so controversial for them to kill him like that.
Well, and that's why Eyes Wide Shut was so controversial. He's one of the greatest directors. He made fucking Full Metal Jacket.
This motherfucker was on fire.
He made some...
I might have to just do a binge, bro. I'm going to do a Stanley Kubrick binge,
What's
bro.
the other one with the guy with his eyes like taped open? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, shit. It's on
Clockwork Orange. Clockwork Orange, he did that too.
His motherfuckers.
He did so many great movies, yeah. But Eyes Wide Shut was like, I mean, and
you know what I think that was, bro?
Supposedly he wanted to do more. He wanted to show more.
Supposedly that's not the one that we saw ain't the one he made.
Exactly.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, and there's all kinds of stories surrounding that, but it's definitely true that there was studio interference and there were people that were not letting him tell the exact story he wanted to tell.
A lot of people said that was a part of the chink in Tom Cruise mental. That like because after you see certain shit, you're not gonna be the same, dog. After you see them people touch somebody, like I think that this is
well in the movie, for those that don't know, the movie, it's like about a party of rich people who they're all wearing masks and it's like invite only, and the movie doesn't go so far as to, I don't think it even says anything about like rape or anything. I don't think they go that way. But that
ceremonial, messed up, high-ranking
it implies
politicians, like, actors, directors, whatever,
moving towards like a Bohemian Grove, like satanic Illuminati type of thing. But it never.
That was the 90s, right? So like that was like
early 90s.
And to see that shot that well with fucking Tom Cruise
and this big name director.
What's the girl name in it?
She was Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman in her prime.
Yeah.
Oh, she looked fine as fuck in that movie.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. And there's the scene where they're smoking the joint together. You know that scene?
Man.
It's like towards the beginning of them. It's really before the movie goes off the rails.
Yeah.
And it's just like in that scene, she is fucking incredible because she has a monologue there, and it's fucking incredible. Because she comes off as like, oh, this crazy bitch, but she's also like, oh, this crazy bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like she rides that line so well.
You know what she reminds me of a little bit, bro? Like the Eve, the way she just enticed his ass to fuck with them people more and more. Yeah. Like if he would have had a wife that was like, hey, stop going to these parties with these freaky motherfuckers, I hate them, it would have been a different movie.
Yeah. But that movie. And so obviously the idea is, the reason I explain all that is because the idea is he wanted to go further. He wanted to show that these parties were not just consensual sex. It was probably like, I imagine they're probably, who knows, maybe they were gonna be kids, maybe.
But also, and they swapping, people getting swapped. They didn't even know they was on the menu. You ain't got swapped.
Yeah,
that is nuts, dog. To pull up and you're like, what's on the menu? You fuck. Like,
yeah, but even like the satanic ritual thing, like that's really what put Alex Jones on the map, was when he exposed Bohemian Grove for what it is.
One day we're gonna have to talk about the stuff he's been right about for so long. Like, what the fuck? The
problem with him is I think he was the catalyst for censorship, and I think that he's just the face of this, and I think people don't realize that, and they just fall for that narrative of, oh, well, he said this, and he said this thing you shouldn't say. It's like, yeah, he said something you shouldn't say, but we don't have the right to say something you shouldn't say, and I don't know where.
Think about it, because it shouldn't is really, that's flimsy.
Exactly.
What do you mean?
But people just buy that narrative. They just take that narrative for what it is, and it's like, when did that begin? That began when Alex Jones said that what he said about Sandy Hook, and his whole lawsuit is based around this idea of, well, what he said was dangerous because it caused the people who support him to harass the parents of Sandy Hook. And I just don't buy that narrative.
Didn't he have FBI files to substantiate the stuff he was saying, though?
Well, what he said when he said it was, like, I think he said a couple things that were a little bit off the wall, but 100%. He was saying it in reactionary, like it was the day it happened, and he was saying like, well, I don't know, it could have actually been this. I'm not actually sure. We're gonna have to look into it a little bit longer, but these are definitely crisis actors. I've seen these people.
And I think that's odd for people to not point out the fact that there are crisis actors that have been at like multiple things from the Boston bombing on forward.
And that's why he would say that. Because these things have happened. But the whole point is to delegitimize all of it. That's the whole point.
And that's what I don't like, right?
Yeah, they want you to think conspiracy bad, InfoWars bad, Alex Jones bad. That's what they want you to think, and people just think that.
And I just think that's so pragmatic, because you didn't do that for pedophiles. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, every time I hear something and they have like venom in their heart for someone, I'm like, you didn't have that for somebody that fuck kids, though.
Yeah.
And like, that's when I feel like the programming is showing. Mm-hmm. Because how could you hate anyone more than a kid fucker? You know what I mean? Right. like I don't give a fuck if you are like, bro, I hate a lot of people. Like, I hate a lot of people. Nobody more than pedos. So it's like, how could you ever hate some? Like, I get it. Alex Jones, he's inflammatory as fuck.
Yeah.
His timing is ass. But to look at his work and say he was never right about anything is truly, truly some smooth brain shit.
He predicted 9/11. I mean, he was one of the few people who said 9/11 was going to happen.
If we're not talking about how, you know what I mean, jet fuel don't melt steel beams, if we're not talking about like pure shit that's a smoking gun, you know what I mean? Like people showing you a hole in the wall and you thinking that's a plane over a missile.
I mean, the controlled demolition thing. I mean,
bro,
even
it's
that.
so much shit from people from other countries dancing, recording the shit happening, and having footage of them dancing while recording the shit. Oh my God! People taking out insurance policies on the building and they're clearing right before the explosion.
Yeah.
Oh my God! That don't make you think. That don't make you say,
Yeah.
We can't even get a out of you. Oh, your fucking brain is cooked.
I mean, I just don't understand. I think that if it's kind of a litmus test for me. It's like if you're the type of person who can't even think that way, like you're probably not even going to get along with me. You're probably not even. We're not going to get along very long because that's kind of like. I just think like you have to. I don't know. It's just you have to have an open, especially the way the world is now. Like hasn't it been proven by now that like so much reality is just predicated on bullshit? Like hasn't that been proven? And isn't that fun? Like, even if it's not, like even if you're wrong, isn't it fun to think about? Like maybe like with UFOs, to me that's like an endless one, especially nowadays, because I think the government puts so much bullshit in to where it's supposed to throw you off. And so, like, to a casual person...
a casual. Like the fucking casuals.
Yeah, because you're not like me. I'm crazy. If you're a casual...
Wow, man.
I'm saying I will fucking... I know the layers to all this. I know that there's fake government actors who go on these podcasts 100%. And they tell these crazy stories. They literally
have an agency.
Yeah. And I know that this government disclosure stuff is all fake. I know that all that. But if you're talking to somebody who's like just on the face value, they're like, oh my gosh, can you believe it? The government's coming out about UFOs.
Bro, I think
and they just are going to believe any of that.
I'm not gonna lie,
it's so
I think
hard
these are fucking
to.
NPCs, bro. I think some of these people are fucking NPCs.
I think most people are. But it's.
Fuck. You think it's an NPC watching this, or they're like, oh, what am I? If you think that you, and let's clear NPC, non-playable character. Yeah. These are people who they don't even have inside dialogue in their head.
Let me say, okay, it goes both ways. Okay, I think that there's infinite potential within every person.
That's beautiful.
I kind of look at it like I love people, I hate humanity, and I mean that. People have so much potential. I believe in the soul. And I think that what I seek to do is to inspire that. And one of my favorite quotes I've ever written, I wrote it in high school and I say it all the time: a match to a spark to inspire. I want to see you start a fire. And what I mean by that is I'm just trying to start a little flame to make you do something crazy, way better than I ever could have done. Like start a huge forest fire based on my little flame, because that's the whole point of creativity. I want to inspire people. With that being said, I think leaders are rare. I think most people are followers, and followers and NPCs are kind of synonyms. You know what I mean?
I think that's beautiful.
Most
really
people just don't have that drive, that thing that pushes them.
This is why I fuck with you. And you don't be all like, oh, he's so bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. No, this is beautiful fucking hope. I don't have it. But this is why people gravitate towards you, because you still see the good in humanity. You know what I mean? Or the good in people. I don't see the good in either.
Most people don't.
I think people are fucking asshats, and there's only a few that's left. You could prove me wrong, but you won't, because I know what the fuck you are.
But don't you believe in like the virtue of forgiveness and the virtue of retribution and
I think that people
growth?
should. How do I put this? I represent an energy that believes in it more than I do. And so because I come from that energy, that line of energy, I will always fight for people's opportunity to be a better person, to get that redemption, to get that out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, I've seen it so much, I know what you're going to do. But there are beings and entities bigger than me that want you to have that opportunity.
Yeah.
And so I, by way, will help you get it, right? But like, I know what the fuck you're going to do. I see it all the time.
Right.
I don't want to say like I'm jaded. My nervous system can't handle too many more letdowns. So until you show me some shit that I ain't seen, that's just how I feel, because I'm getting older. The shit start to settle in.
Yeah,
I hate everything. You know what I mean? But I still stand on principles, and part of those principles is making sure that people get the opportunity to fuck their life up, and that is not fucked up on their on someone else's doing. Let people fuck their own shit up. People shouldn't be in a system that fucks them. Look, a lot of people sit on a dildo. You don't even have to fucking put it in there. They gonna sit on it anyway.
Yeah.
And that's where I kind of come from.
That's a fucking fantastic way to put it. Nobody had to put the dildo there.
Nobody. People will willingly sit on it. You don't have to go around and force fuck people. They're gonna fuck themselves.
That is actually an excellent point too, because I mean, you should have the freedom to fuck your own life up, and that's the injustice. The true injustice is when people's lives are fucked up beyond their own control.
Real shit.
Make your own mistakes and learn from your own mistakes.
Because I did, you know what I mean? Like I'm not no perfect person. I'm not. That's why I believe in redemption. Because if people would have wrote me off when I was 16, doing whatever the fuck I was doing, I wouldn't be here to do the things I'm doing now. So I do believe in redemption, but I also know that there are some arcs that you don't want to fuck around with. Like, I think Diddy was supposed to be locked up. Holy fuck, what? Some people like, free him. I'm like, why?
No, I think you can turn it all around, man. The Diddy redemption arc, you know.
The Diddy redemption is crazy because, and it just, celebrity redemption is always different than like the redemption we give our blood, right?
Oh yeah.
People will literally be like, why are you mad at Chris Brown? Why are you mad at Diddy? Why are you mad at R. Kelly? Why you don't look your uncle in the eyes at family dinners?
Mm-hmm.
Why you don't call your mama? Why you think your grandma a cunt so you don't go over there and see her no more? You have the ability to forgive people who never fed you, people who've never hugged you, people who've never wiped your tear ever.
Yeah.
You're gonna you give them another chance. But the people who you share fucking chromosomes with, they can't get nothing from you.
Yeah.
Oh, go sit on a
It's
fucking
gotta
dildo.
be like a
bro,
whole
that's bullshit.
sit on a dildo.
Yeah, because why?
On purpose.
Like, let's be consistent in our approach. Now, what I will say is forgiveness doesn't always mean access, right?
Yeah.
I can forgive you because forgiveness is for me sometimes, right? But that don't mean you get access to me. So
well, and that's why it's like curating your crazy. It's like that thing from before where you can only give yourself away to so many people and forgive so much, and you just can't overdo that. You can be a nice person, but you can't overdo that. Yeah,
I mean,
because I love people, but I've learned like okay, I was at a show and there was somebody who was awful, and they're always awful. And it's
a dog shit comedian.
It was a music artist.
Oh, and I actually hate those people way more.
I put music lightly, okay? Like I'm using the word music flexibly.
That
right
means
now.
they are a real shit.
It's very bad, and I'm actually frustrated that I'm even like this even happens. But it's whatever. Like I have fun. I enjoy life, so it's no big deal. But it is like. It's one of those things, one of those people where it's funny for a minute or two, but once they're performing for like 10 minutes, you're like, oh man, like, oh, this is like an endurance act for everyone involved to witness it. And this particular time, you couldn't even escape. The doors were locked and it was raining outside. It was like being in a torture chamber.
You know, that's fuck. So like,
but anyway, so we were leaving, and the person I was with was like, no, you know, maybe he could figure out a way to like market that or do it different. And I said to them, I was like, oh, you must not have met enough people. That's sweet. Like, you just must not have met enough people.
You don't know ball.
The fact that you're saying that, you still, because like, I appreciate you saying I have hope and I have wonder, because I do, but I'm also realistic, okay? Like, with a person that's not, you have to be real. When you see somebody who's not gonna believe in themselves or go anywhere, or like change if they don't have self-awareness. Really, it's about self-awareness to me, because this guy lacks self-awareness, and it's so obvious. Like, he does not know what he looks like, because he's kind of like, the reason I think people are even booking him, and it's the thing, is because it's like a novelty act. It's kind of silly. It's like
that happens in comedy a lot.
But he doesn't know that. He thinks he's killing and he's doing awesome, and he comes up to me.
That is comedy.
It is. The whole thing is comedic in essence. Like, the fact it's even happening, it's like a comedy skit.
Type 5 at Laugh Factory. He's really a comedian and not a musician.
I'm trying really hard not to like over explain who it is, because I don't want to give it away, but I'll say like his music, it'll be like almost like noise. Like,
so he sound like Dory from Nemo?
Nah. Like, not exactly
when
what
Dory was doing whale.
What I did just now might be more entertaining than what he does. Because Dory. Imagine if I just came out and did a whole song like, I feel like I could do it. I could probably do it better than the person I'm describing. I'm doing it too good. I'm giving him too much credit. So this is what I'm talking about, and it's just funny whenever you see somebody have hope in that, or like you're talking to somebody and there's like some open mic comic who's fucking terrible, and you know it's not going anywhere, and like you can't even entertain that because you want to be a nice guy, but it's also like, okay, I'm not lowering my standards to be nice right now, and so like then somebody will say like, oh, what do you think? Like, I mean, maybe they could do this. It's like at those points in life, I consider, like, I think, like, should I be nice or should I just be real and just say, like, no.
And that's why,
let's not encourage that.
And that's why it's like, it's tough because what you just described is a phenomenon that is happening inside of comedy on a mass scale.
Yeah.
As content creators get bigger.
Yeah, because let's look at that follower count. How many followers they got?
God, how about I fuck your face? I hate that shit so much because it had went. I'm older than I look, and so I remember when you didn't big up a comedian or you didn't have a favorite comedian unless you could recite their joke. And when you
it's all about the material.
When you recited their fucking joke, it was so funny that people would laugh when you recite it, and it's not even your joke. You'll be like, "Hey, I love so and so because he do the woo woo joke," and people are like, "Hi, that's funny." That is not what happens no more.
Yeah,
people be like, I like this comedian. And you be like, what is his joke? And they be like, look. And they're holding a sketch or they show you a page with 300,000 followers. You're like, you didn't fucking show me anything. Yeah. You didn't show me a performance. And then people are just fucking double twisting his shit. They're like, oh, come here and do the joke. And then he gets up there and he's like, "Wee." And people are going fucking bonkers. They're like, oh my God, do it in my face. Do it in front of my girlfriend's face. And you're like, there's no fucking way y'all just packed this out to get this shit. And then they're doing 6 shows in a weekend. And the club was like, hey, anybody who's doing real jokes had to go to hell. We can bring in the fucking whale guy. Whale guy comes in with a fucking whale on his hat. You like, hey, this is a gimmick. They're like, oh, he's fucking hating on whale guy. Now you're the fucking hater. Yeah. Because you didn't get it on the low frequency ship of the whale guy. But whale guy's killing. In fact, whale guy is opening for your fucking heroes. Now you're looking at your heroes like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? And they like, flicking up a whale guy. And it's like, what the fuck is happening? Now whale guy's on tour. Whale guy's opening for everyone you used to watch as a kid. You're like, bro, my art is literally shit now. And I'm watching them just stomp my fucking art in the ground because now whale guy is getting contract deals. Yeah. Now the little kids are running around with whale hats on and you're like, bro, everyone is fucking stupid. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so what do?
You go get your whale hat and you ask them, can you open for me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I open for you, whale guy, please? Fucking whale guy.
Yeah. I mean, it's sad because that is kind of how it goes. You do kind of just have to join whale guy after a while. You become him.
you either join him or you end up unbooked.
You either fail or you whale. You know.
You either fail or you whale. Yeah. And some of y'all are whaling. I be going to the shows even when I'm not booked. I still pull up as a producer to see what's going on because I want to book people. I be seeing y'all whale guyed out, and I'm like, damn, whale guy not even in town, and you still being whale guy. Holy shit.
Well, this is what I hate. Is I think that this is how I kind of look at it, and so I try to always put things in non-divisive terms. I think it's what I'm good at. I think I'd make a good politician because well,
back in the day when you didn't have the vibe.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're right. I need to work on my vibe. Sunglasses. But what the fuck was I just about to say?
You was talking about how you are an OG politician because you can.
No, right before that.
Well, you was talking about how you're not divisive.
No, but right before that, what were you just saying?
We was talking about whale guy.
Oh, whale guy. So yeah, exactly. With these types of things, it's like what drives me nuts is I think what's happening is the venues themselves are going to lose credibility, and what happens is the general audience, and this is like, calling all bookers, calling all venues, calling all producers, like this message is for you, okay? You are ruining your credibility by doing this. You're selling out a show. You're selling out the weekend. You're selling out all month even.
Selling your soul.
But you're selling your soul, and also the general audience. Because what you're doing is you're getting niche people. You're getting people who are going to come because they would have came for that. If that person was in their vicinity, they would have went because they like that person. And social media has made everything increasingly niche now. So everything's got these niche audiences. But forget that. How about the general audience? That's the person, you're in a city. We're talking about, like, in Chicago in particular. The general audience they don't give a fuck about a social media. They don't even know who these comics are. They go to Roast Battle. They go to these shows. They go to whatever. They go to Zanies. They know the venue. They go to Laugh Factory. They just know the name of the venue. And they just go because they know they like comedy and they want to have a good Friday night. They don't even look at who's on the bill. They don't care.
God, my people. I love them, bro.
Those are the people. Those are like those are most people. But the internet has created this idea of, like, that's not how people are, because we're distracted by, like, the people who comment and follow and like everything. That's not most people. You talk to, like, most people, just do a survey of, like, just fucking random people on the street. Most people don't like anything. They don't do any of that because they don't broadcast their opinion like we all think we're supposed to. Mm-hmm. And especially if somebody's creative, you're so used to doing that, you think everybody's like that. They're not. Most people don't do that. And so it's like this general audience is being forgotten more and more as we move into the future. I mean, fucking, don't even get me started on, like, WWE. They're just forgetting their base audience entirely. So sad,
bro.
They're given, because they got bought by TKO.
I heard about
they
got like stockholders and shit now.
So you know the base of it, because that's basically it. They went corporate, they got bought out.
Privatization.
Yes.
Once you start to privatize. Oh my God, I'm watching them privatize everything I loved as a fucking kid.
And it's like what I said about America, too. It's the centralization, because you have to decentralize things for them to be good. That's even with wrestling.
When we had NWO, when we had motherfucking ECW and shit like that.
The Monday Night Wars.
WWF work harder.
Well, it was the Monday Night Wars that was the best era ever of wrestling, and it was that. Exactly. It was the principle of it's the competition that is forcing us to do our best. That's out the window now.
That was a hell of an era, gang.
Oh, it's gone. But it was a hell of an era. And like multiple times there was hope. Like TNA came around and then AEW came around. But both of them fizzled out. And WWE is just going to monopolize everything. Just like it did from the beginning. I mean, it's what they've always done best, but it's just you're never ever gonna have competition, and that's the reason WWE doesn't even have to try anymore. And that's the problem, is there's just no trying. It's not even about that. It's about, and also fucking half the shit you're seeing is like fake bots and like fucking in these comments. None of it's real.
Oh, are you talking about the dead internet theory?
Yeah.
That if you're watching this right now, you should look up the dead internet theory, which highlights the fact that most of the activity and the things and the comments and the likes that you witness on the internet are not real, that it's actually AI and it's robots, and that everything is actually curated, including what's popular, including what pops up in your timeline. That means that the things that you think people like, they don't actually like. Those are actually robots. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but we're real. We promise.
I'm not that real. Oh, fuck, I don't feel real.
But I mean, like, I used to think that's crazy, and nowadays it's just so obvious. I mean, especially comment sections. I'm just so... It's amazing how much bullshit is in comments, where it's just like, it'll just be, wow, good job, and a thumbs up. Like, just shit no person would ever say. And it's all the same comment in like one comment section. And it's normal to see that now, especially on big posts from people you like popular comics, popular musicians. It's everywhere, to the point where I think like they're not even paying for it. It's these bots that are just kind of holding this platform up. And so the platform itself is actually like endorsing the bots, and it's just everything is fucking fake now. And it just makes me think that you can't, it's why that whole booking philosophy is just entirely wrong. Like when you're thinking who has the most followers, who's going to sell the most tickets, you have to understand a lot of those numbers are even predicated on bullshit. So it's not even, like, they might have gotten those numbers from a base of like 20,000 followers they bought, and then they just made like a couple videos that went viral, and really it's just these couple videos that do well. Or maybe they just make reaction content and nothing they actually do is notable. A lot of these people are like that.
It's a trigger for me. I fucking hate content creators and I fucking hate reaction videos.
It's, well, dude, talk about taking over the comedy scene. I mean, it's a divisive thing to say, but
it is. Say it.
I hate that shit. And I've said it. It's funny because sometimes I'll say that to comics, and then I'll realize I'm talking to somebody who makes those.
And bro,
and I feel kind of bad because I am talking shit, but you don't. I'm political in nature. Okay, I can't help myself because I get what they're doing.
You got to get your followers up.
Yeah.
You got to get your views.
Yeah.
They're not going to book you without it.
Yeah. Well, and they can't figure it out because we all can't figure it out.
No, we can't.
How the fuck do I get people to follow me so that way they'll realize I'm funny? Because I know I'm funny. I know I'm talented. So how do I put that in front of people? Because we never signed up to be fucking social media content creators.
Jesus Christ, no.
So then they figure out, oh, well, I can just like stitch videos. I can just take a viral video. I don't even have to do anything. This is what drives me nuts. It'll be like a video where it's a monkey at the zoo, okay? And the monkey goes up to the glass and hits the glass. And then the kid goes, ah, and jumps back. And then there'll be a guy holding his phone like this and be like, damn, man. That kid didn't even know what to do. It's like that monkey hit the glass like, boom, boom, boom. And that's it. That's the whole video.
8 million views.
8 million views.
8,000 comments.
And this is what
40,000 shares.
This is the same. You know what? I'm glad we're talking about this because it connects to the fucking booking thing. Yeah, you're getting views. Yeah, you're getting this. What does that do? Who are these people you're attracting? And what does this do to like your audience? You know, like who are you bringing in?
You see the nature of this beast that we're describing. It's an entity, but no one really wants to put a face on it because American guys didn't get a season 3. And what happens is the internet has become an entity that is just sucking artists out of artistry.
And nobody sees it. Nobody calls it out for what it is.
I'm talking about people who've been doing whatever art, music, comedy, whatever, for 10 plus years are being pushed into this funnel of just cheap, low hanging content. Yeah, which is why
shock value. That's why shock value is bigger than ever.
I don't want them to be in the deepest part of hell, but I do need content creators to go to hell, right? So maybe like level 1. Or maybe like purgatory, like on some Dante's Inferno shit. Like you don't get level 7 with Diddy and shit, right? No. But like you get level 1 because you're feeding this monster. Yeah. You don't have a real fucking passion. You just like attention, and you're feeding a monster that sucks the life out of so many different arts. Yeah. I need you to go to hell. And I need people who are real artists to understand that feeling you feel when you do it. It's a little bit like selling your soul. No, you didn't go to a Diddy party. No, you didn't sign a blood pact. But you felt it. And you didn't listen to it. And why? Because you was getting the views and the comments, and the endorphins made your brain jump. And you're like, oh shit, I feel like I'm back on H.
When you convince yourself, oh, these people are going to stick around and want to see what I'm really doing. And they are, but they're not.
That's not what they came for.
They came for, yeah.
And the reason you came is going to be the reason you stay. Yeah. So no matter if you pull up to Popeyes and they got delicious burgers, that's great. That's not why the fuck I'm at Popeyes. Yeah. So now you're like, I got great burgers, Kyrie. Bitch, I came for the chicken. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you thought you was popping because all these people was coming. They came for the monkey videos. Mm-hmm. Now you like, hey, no, I got a tight 10 where I talk about the ills of humanity and my growing up, and people like, fuck that. Where's the monkey videos at? Mm-hmm. Oh my God, you are setting yourself up for a bigger dildo, and you didn't even know.
And it's the lowest common denominator thing too. It's like you're not even. This has nothing to do with you. Like you're just picking things that are already popular. You're not doing anything. And the reason this content does good, by the way, is because they watch the original video, and as soon as they see you, they look away, but they've already watched half of your video, so you're just cheating the algorithm is all you're fucking doing. They don't care about you. Half the time they follow before they even saw you. You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
It's ridiculous. And it's so not creative. Like, the only way I would do that, because I've thought about it, and I should start doing this, because I did one of them and just nobody saw it, but it's just fucking course nobody saw it, because it's the way the algorithm is. But it's just like a lottery. Every time you upload a video, folks, you're just pulling a slot machine thing. That's actually, we're all fooling ourselves into thinking what we post matters. It doesn't matter. But obviously the content, the quality matters, but most of the time you're pulling a lever in a slot machine unless you have people who already know who you are, you're pulling a lever in a slot machine. So, because then they'll hear like people who are popular. Oh, well, you posted a video and it was good, but you have to post at least 100 videos before you start. Like they'll start saying shit like that.
Right, and they be confident as hell. Yeah. That's like, oh man, well, you gotta suck 100 dicks before you meet your husband. You're like, what the fuck?
Sit
Why
on
did
a
you
lot
say
of
that?
dildos.
Like, you're right. You gotta sit on 100 dildos. Like, why would you tell me to do that?
I thought it was just one good dildo. You're telling me 100.
And now you walk around with a gaping asshole because you at no point listen to your inner self, your inner dialogue. You didn't listen to your nervous system when it said, hey, I don't like the way this makes me feel.
Yeah.
You push past your own boundaries for attention, and that is when you continue to get, to the 12-inch dildo.
But the only way I would do it is if I was doing that, but I rapped, because that's what I've always been best at.
But you see,
and
you love it.
I'm being creative.
But you love it.
Well, and I'm making it my own, literally. Like, because a lot of the time they'll say that. They'll say, oh, well, I'm making it my own by making a joke.
And what was
or
one of the
making
things
a
I came in here, and when I first got in, I was like, hey, John, I was just watching some of your shit gas.
Yeah.
Didn't have to bring it up.
Right.
I was already checking for it because I fuck with him. And that's what I think that as an artist, I got to do a little PSA before I get out of there.
Please.
I need you to know that people fuck with the art, but they fuck with you. You are enough. Sometimes artists, we get on the internet, we looking at this shit, we start to compare. That shit, the thief of joy. Now we in this motherfucker feeling away, and we're not confident in ourselves. You enough. Now, yes, you do need to continually brand yourself, but lean in on your brand because your brand is you. Don't create a falsehood, right? I would never go around and tell people, hey, I'm some peachy keen guy. I actually hate a lot of shit. Do I do good? Yes. I do. Don't tell nobody. But like, that's my brand, right? Asshole that does good, and I'm okay with that. Oh my God, you can show my grandma. She know how I get. You know what I mean? Lean into whatever the fuck you are, and don't sell it for nobody, because you know what happened? You understand comedy a lot. A lot of people don't know. At one point, before stand-up got big, magicians were really big. And that's why when you go to a magic show, magicians are funny as fuck. Because before stand-up, there was magicians. And magicians would be funny with the shit. And they'd be, wow, look at this. And then you see this. And people are like, yo, you're so fucking charismatic. Oh, my God, I was laughing. And then come along stand-ups, where we just get up there with no magic. We just waka, waka, waka. Which is why if you roll back stand-up, you get closer and closer to people who had gimmicks, whether it be Gallagher or a motherfucker get up there with certain shit on their head. Because we split from that. And it was actually a point where magicians, there were more magic clubs in America than stand-up comedy clubs. That was a real point in America. You can look it up yourself. And a shift happened where people was like, fuck all the magic, just be funny. Include me in your bit. Do crowd work, do whatever. Do these things. And magicians started to slowly get edged out. And there was even a little beef because magicians like, you just get up, you don't even have no fucking magic tricks. You didn't have magic tricks. You just selling this shit out because you went and did a movie. You just selling this shit out because you did a commercial. You did this, and now you selling it out. You're not true to the craft.
Yeah.
You're an offshoot of me. You're a version of me with no talent. It's hard to find a fucking magician right now. I think that we are watching the same thing happen with content creators and comedians.
Well, I think it's bigger than that. Like you said, it's not just comedy, it's music, it's all these different industries. I think everything is kind of slowly being corrupted. And it's like the best thing you can do is just make good shit. And that's why I asked you earlier, like, do you think it's getting better? Because with people even being, a little less social, because I think people just need to be social. I think if we found a way to just get rid of that cabin fever, go outside, touch fucking grass, be around each other.
Smoke the grass.
Smoke the grass. Be with the community. I mean, that'll make it so I think all that stuff kind of fizzles away when you realize the community's at your fingertips and that stuff around you matters the most, and you can make a change by starting that revolution within yourself.
Hell yeah.
Like, you can do that stuff. That's within you. You have the power to do that. And I think that when we realize that and we have that untelevised revolution, that's when the world really changes. And I think when leaders come out and lead that force, because I think not enough people are spiritual in nature, and I don't think enough people have hope in the way that they speak about things, and the way that you described maybe me. I don't think most people speak that way, and I wish people did, because I think that's the way that we get to this world that we seem to want. We seem to want something better. We seem to think that things aren't great, but it seems like everybody's so nihilistic nowadays. Everybody's like, oh, this shit sucks. But it's like, let's make something better. Let's build something better then, because we can fucking do that. And I really want to see that. And I think
I would hope that this operate as an invite, man, because bro is really on her, really putting in work. Build with him.
Yeah.
If you're watching this,
and it doesn't have to be being an episode, being on a fucking pod. It can be. You can build in so many more ways.
Example. You can come and be a producer for his pod.
Yeah.
You can help him edit the pod.
Yeah.
You can help create graphics for the pod.
Yep.
I ain't seen bro turn down nobody that want to help. I'm the same way. Like I'm big in like regenerating the third spaces, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because so much we go from work home and then on the internet. Those third spaces where we are having human interaction matter, whether it be a coffee shop, library.
And they're disappearing.
They're fucking disappearing rapidly, and that is where art also thrives, right? In those spaces.
Yeah.
And
that's why I hope it's bouncing back.
Man, I mean, you know what? I do things so weird. I do things without the result kind of in mind. So it's
Me neither.
Because you have to. If you're married to the
means
result,
justify the ends.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like if you are married to the result, sometimes the art can be drained from that. And so every third Saturday, we are going to be at Lincoln Lodge, Ask a Comedian, preserving those third spaces, but also encouraging other people. I have a whole production team, you know what I mean? Because if you want to help, come help. If you want to just be a patron, come be a patron. Come be a part of the art. We looking to do more.
People will accept your help. People want you to be a part of things.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I was telling you about the short film that I made with Stephen Haas and that whole group for the 48-hour film festival.
Yeah.
Super dope. Check it out. It's called Mr. Super. We ended up winning audience choice for it, and we're probably going to go into it again. But also, I want to make more because of Stanley Kubrick and these amazing directors and writers that have been able to make things that stand the test of time and inspire thought. So, like, I know that I hate people, but maybe I can inspire someone or anyone that don't hate people as much, and they like, oh, Kyrie, you're a little better. I'm gonna go do it this way. That's fine. I just want to spark, like Tupac said, I just want to spark the mind of the person that's going to go do the shit that I'm not going to do because I fucking hate everyone. But that's just the jade in me, and I still am true to the art, to the idea of like I still need producers, I still need editors, I need light and grip people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I understand teamwork, and so if anybody want to work, I'm always down to work. If you want to be a part of something, hit me up, hit bro up. Like, don't give up on art as a whole. Just change how you do it, right? Change who you do it with. But whatever you do, just don't sell your fucking soul, bro.
Real shit. That's not a good idea. The cheese pizza isn't worth it, kids.
Yeah.
And last, for kids, speaking of kids, at the end of this show, it's always about the kids. All right, the show's for 3 to 5 year olds. It's my core audience.
Of course.
That's who's watching this. So we got to give advice to the children. All right, you're gonna tell them what you got inside your brain, something in there underneath that beanie. I don't know what it is. You're gonna bust it out, and also the social medias. You told them about your show, where it's happening, but tell them where they can find more information about that. Tell them where they can find you. Any clips with your face online? How are they going to find that stuff? I don't know.
So I'm on all things Kyrie Da Comic, KYRIE DACOMIC, on one situation. So TikTok, Twitter. No, not Twitter. That's the wrong T word. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. You find me around. I'll be floating around on all things. Also, Ask a Comedian page. It's a whole team of us. We just did a photo shoot. So, just like I said, tap into that because I believe that community is very important. So that's why you'll see me with the team of producers to make a movie, to a short film, to put on a show, because I do believe in people power, people working together to build things. So yeah, check me out. Support me that way. Come buy a ticket and come to a show. But also, if you are not in that field, let's work. Let's find a way to work. I have a history of doing like motivational speeches and things like that. Fucked your head up, right? But I do believe in community. And so if you're building community in any fashion or you want to do some things, hit me up. I'm always big on that. And advice for the 3 to 5 year olds, your core audience.
I've checked the statistics.
I believe you. I'm trying to think of how to use simple terms for our little friends.
Please dumb it down for him.
Not a lot of syllables. Hi guys. No, but just simple stuff, man. I think that if it's on your mind, man, do something about it. Like if it moves you. If you think about it every day, do something about it. Like some people, they for whatever reason, life, past shit, trauma, whatever, if it is on your mind, do something about it. And that doesn't always have to be art, right? Maybe you keep thinking about this one time where you got beat up 20 years ago. You're like, Joe, never the fuck again, but I keep thinking about it. Go hit the gym. Go learn a skill so that you can protect yourself so you don't feel vulnerable no more, right? Or maybe you keep thinking about this person and you're like, Joe, this person really, really got me fucked up. Do something about it. Write a letter. Journal it. Get whatever is in your head out so that you can be a better version of yourself, right? So sometimes we be sitting on shit for so long and then it jades you and then you hate people like me. Don't wait. Get on that shit now. No matter if you're journaling, you go see a therapist. You're like, fuck that. I need a therapist squared. I need the therapist of a therapist to talk to me. Whatever you need, handle that shit, dog. Get that shit out. Like, I'm currently making short films and doing shit, and that's a little bit different from like a stand-up, and I'm okay with that. I actually make more money writing for other people and writing projects and doing production than actual stand-up. That's just life, you know what I mean? And so that's why I tell people it's not about how it manifests, it's just about you getting it out, bro. Like if it's an idea, if it's a vision, if it's a feeling, if it's something you want to see, all right? Like I had a thing where I'm still big on literacy and different types, right? Because financial and digital, But I teamed up with some young people and we built small library houses and put them up in neighborhoods. And now people who care about books that are bilingual or for people who speak other languages can put that in there because that's what they care about. Whatever is in your heart and in your mind, get it out. And that's for any community that you want to help because you are enough to create the impact. You just have to believe that you are. And the thing is, you are. Don't let the outside world trick you into thinking that what's inside is not enough because it is, especially if it's in your heart.
Nice.
Word.
The only thing that separates ideation and creation is execution. Thank you guys for being here. That has been all here today on Radio. Clocking out. Double down, competition couldn't help him to rock. Missed the whole time, holy fell through the flock. That's an ordinary miracle, wealth to the block. It's a balance in the character that's calm and collect. It's apparent his caricature is lost in the mess.